Artivity!
Welcome to Artivity's Anya Forger DIY felt doll tutorial. After getting your hands on the template patterns, trace them out on the corresponding felt with the fabric chalk markers and cut them out. Fold along the dotted lines on the sock patterns and use it as a guide to fold the sock felts. Next, do a running stitch to secure the fold. Make sure that the shorter folds faces away from the legs. Repeat the same on all 4 pieces of socks. Do a running stitch to attach the socks to the legs. Then put the front and back of the doll felts together and start by doing a blanket stitch for the socks part with white thread. Put the shoes on and continue the blanket stitches with black thread to attach the shoe to the foot. Finish up both legs up to the socks and you may begin to stuff the feet. As the opening is really small, a little tip we have for you here is to use a tweezer. Continue to blanket stitch the rest of the body and arms with beige thread. Remember to stuff the limbs as you stitch them up. Moving on to the deco ears with golden thread. First, do a stem stitch along the line as shown here. Then do some satin stitches to make triangles. After you are done with the embroidery, put the wrong sides together and blanket stitch the 2 ends with a black thread to make a cone. Flip the cone inside out and repeat for the other deco ear. Next, let's create Anya's cute little face. Put the face pattern on the felt and use it as a guide to glue on the white base of the eyes. With the whites in place, you may easily sort out and glue the remaining eye pieces. In our template, the nose and mouth are also scored out. Use them to make faint markings on the felt with either pencil or fabric chalk and stitch the nose. Then stem stitch the mouth, going over the center a second time so we have a nice thick line. Proceed to also stem stitch double lines for the eyebrows, double eyelid and eyeliner. Finally, we stitch the lashes. Now we blanket stitch the head, leaving an opening on top and stuff it up loosely. Poke the neck of the body through the slit at the back of the head and adjust the amount of filling needed, before closing with a blanket stitch on top of the head. Use a blanket stitch or a running stitch to attach the head to the neck. Let's attach the arms. Line them up to the body to ensure that the arms are at the right sides. Pick one up and from the side where the armpit would be, pierce through the arm near the very top and do a French knot at the other end. Pierce it back out near where you first enter and attach the arm to the body by piercing through the side of the body where the shoulder joints would be. Push the needle out at the parallel side of the body and repeat the same for the other arm. This step is a little tricky. Ensure that it is pierced through at the same height and tuck it tight before completing the French knot. Now let's work on the dress. Blanket stitch these places as shown here, leaving out the top side of one arm. Put on the dress for Anya, then finish up the final stitches of the sleeve. For the hair, there are extra flaps on the back hairpiece. Fold them inwards. The front and back pieces together will be slightly puffy. Use the extra flaps to find the placement of the front hairpiece and blanket stitch only the folded parts together. Put the hair to the head, aligning the top of the hair to the head. Blanket stitch the hair from where you left off, stitching in together the slowly fading in doll's head, attaching the hair to the head. The standing top hairpiece is to be put in the second layer from the front, right after the front hairpiece. Whip stitch this portion and continue blanket stitching the remaining hair. Push the top center of the head down and give it a squeeze from the sides to give it a nicer shape. Glue the deco ears to her hair. To finish off, let's put on her dress's ribbon. The first option to creating the ribbon will be to tie a ribbon as you normally would. Option 2, as demonstrated here, is to cut the ribbon into 3 pieces. First for the loops, second for the ribbon ends, and third the middle knot piece. The ends of the ribbons will easily fray, so have an adult to help you seal the edges by running the ends with a lighter to cinch it. You may then create the ribbon and sew or glue the ribbon to the dress. The final step is optional. If you have soft pastels or chalk, you may dab it with a brush to give Anya a cute blush. Here's the completed Anya Forger doll. We hope you've enjoyed the tutorial and do visit our humble website at artivitytime.com. Till then, bye bye!